Hi there, I hope you're feeling great today, and this is time for grammar. Today we are speaking about clauses, and we are going to spend more time than we do usually because this topic is kind of huge. So I hope you're ready. So, as usual, we are going to start with the examples, and the first one is time clauses. The children had breakfast with their parents before they left school. Their mother will have cleaned the house by the time they come back. So, time clauses are introduced with the following time conjunctions. And here we can see all the conjunctions that can be used with time clauses. When, as, no sooner than, while, before, the moment that, since, after, hardly, when, till, until, by the time, whenever, as long as soon as, etc. I think hardly and when they're together, like here we need something. So here we can see the examples of 1 second, I want to take my highlighter. So here we can see the examples of time clauses, and the conjunctions are here. The conjunctions we use for time clauses. So time clauses are subordinate clauses and usually go with a main clause. It means that they are not main, they are subordinate. Yeah. When the time clause precedes the main clause, a comma is used. We have an example here. After I have cleaned my room, it's time clause, I will watch TV. This is the main clause. And here, if it is the first one to come in the sentence, we put comma. But if the situation is vice versa, I will teach TV. I will, I'm always thinking about teaching. I will watch TV after I have cleaned my room. And in this case, main clause is the first one to come in the sentence, and time clause is the second. That's why we don't have any commas. And what is a time clause? So, this is the clause which is introduced with the usage of time conjunction, yeah, after its time conjunction. We never use future tenses after time conjunctions. So it is actually the thing that we have talked about before, but anyways, we need to remember it really well. We never use future tenses after time conjunctions. We use present simple or present perfect instead when we are talking about the future. For example, Sharon will give us the money after she gets paid, but not after she will get paid. Yeah, we need to remember about it. Also, we have the thing that is called sequence of tenses. It is really important, and actually, yeah, if you get used to it, you will understand that it's logical. It's really logical. So it says time clauses follow the rule of the sequence of tenses. That is, when the verb of the main clause is in a present or future form, the verb of the time clause is in a present form. So when the verb of the main clause is in the past form, the verb of the time clause is in a past form too. So as we see here, we don't have past simple here, and we don't have past simple here either. We have I will watch, and here I have cleaned my room, and here we use present perfect, but we refer to the future, yeah, because we cannot use future tense after time conjunctions. So let's look at more examples. So we have the main clause. 1 second, I will zoom it. So in the main clause, we have present, future, imperative. And in the time clause, we should have present simple or present perfect. He watches the news. So he watches the news. It's the main clause. Before, you see the part that is introduced with the use of time conjunction, it's time clause. He watches the news before he goes to bed. This is present simple. Next one. I'll tidy up after we finish or after we have finished cooking. Again, after, like in time clause, after our time conjunction, we don't use future. But we're like, I will do it. I'll tidy up after I finish or I have finished cooking. And these things, they really refer to future. Well, I don't want to use black one. The black one, let it be purple one. So yeah, but it's like, it's about future. It is, but we don't use it after time conjunctions. Next one. Lock the door when you leave. This is imperative one, yeah? Lock the door when you leave. This is time conjunction. Again, this is the main clause, and the like part that you see after time conjunction is a time clause. Next one. But if you have past simple or past perfect in the main clause, you need to have past simple or past perfect in the time clause. She had a nap after she had tidied up. Okay? She had a nap after she had tidied up. Firstly, she had tidied up and then she had a nap. And this is a sequence of tenses. It needs to be logical. Past, past. Next one. Jim had fallen asleep before Anne got home. And here, I hope you remember past perfect. So this situation, yeah, here, this situation happened first. Yeah, she had tidied up and then she had a nap. This is the second action. Here, this is the first action. Jim had fallen asleep before Anne got home. This is the second action. So we are going to the next part. Here, we are going to talk about time conjunctions, our helpers that introduce our time clause. These are conjunctions, and the first one is really easy. It's before past time. We will just read them and read examples, okay? Melissa started work last year. She had graduated 2 years before. So 2 years before means last year. Before, it's a time conjunction. Next one is ago, before now. Peter graduated 4 years ago. And here we don't see examples of time clauses. They are just examples of time conjunctions and how they are used. By the time plus clause. Before, not later than the moment something happens. I will have arranged everything by the time you come back. And yeah, here we're using clause, yeah? Before, not later than the moment you come back. So I will have arranged everything by the time you come back. I hope you recognize the tense. It is, I hope you said future perfect. I will have arranged. So it means by the time you come back, everything will be ready. I wish someone said it to me like, I will, I will have cooked everything before you come back, or so like my dreams. Yeah, or I will have cleaned your flat before you come back from your walk. Okay, so next one. Until, till plus clause time adverb up to the time when. He will wait for you until you're ready, or he will wait for you till you're ready, up to the time when you're ready. I'll be away till Tuesday, so it means up to Tuesday. Yeah, I'm sure you know all these words, but just in case, we are going to revise them. By, not later than. I have to be back by Tuesday evening, so like not later than Tuesday evening. Not until, till, not before. I will not sign anything until I have talked to my lawyer, or I will not sign anything before I have talked to my lawyer. Next one, while as plus clause in the time period. The earthquake occurred while they were sleeping, or the earthquake occurred as they were sleeping, so like at the moment, at the like in this time period. Next one, during plus noun in the time period. The earthquake occurred during the night. Okay, next one, no sooner than or hardly when. We use these structures to show that one action happened almost immediately after another action. Sheila had no sooner finished reading the letter than she burst into tears. So, like, she was like close to finish the letter, and like only like immediately after finishing the letter, she burst into tears. She started crying. Very good expression, yeah, burst into tears. Next one. I had hardly opened the door when the cat got out. Yeah, I hardly opened the door when the cat got out. I just opened the door, and at this right moment, the cat ran away. Next one, as soon as, the moment that. Call me as soon as you arrive. Call me as soon as you arrive, or call me the moment that you arrive, immediately. So, next one. When, time conjunction plus present tense. When, question word plus will. When I see Tom, I'll let him know. Time conjunction. Okay, so yeah. This was about the time clause. And as I've said before, this lesson is long. That's why be patient, because we are going to talk about clauses of result. So actually, the name says for itself. Here we have an example, and not to waste your time, we are going straight to the rules. Example: forests are being destroyed. As a result, therefore, you can use, or consequently, a lot of animals are losing their homes. So clauses of result are used to express the result of something. If clauses of time showed like the time, like before something happened, after something happened, but here we are talking about results. They are introduced with so, so that, such that, as a result, therefore, consequently, as a consequence, etc. So clauses of result are used to express the result of something, and they introduced with these words I have read before, and we are going to look at the examples. So the first one is so. I was tired, so I went to bed early. And we are kind of showing the result. I was tired, and as a result, I went to bed early. So I went to bed early. Next one, such an plus adjective plus singular countable noun. She is such a nice girl that everybody likes her. So here we are not. I'm not showing you the examples of result clause, but we are just working with the words. I mean, we are looking at them in different contexts. Next one, such plus adjective plus plural uncountable noun. They are such friendly people. Yeah, plural or uncountable. They are such friendly people that they make you feel welcome. Or it was such hot weather, sorry, that we went swimming. Actually, this is really good to remember too, because when you use such an plus adjective plus singular countable noun, you need to remember this article. So, you're such a good friend. She's such a good teacher. It's such a good book. But if we are talking about plural or uncountable nouns, you don't use any article at all. They are such good friends. Okay. It is such a good ointment, like ointment that you put on your skin if you have something. Yeah. So the next one is Yeah, such a lot of plus plural or uncountable noun. They give me such a lot of presents that I couldn't carry them home. Yeah, such a lot of something. So plus adjective adverb. She is so clever that everyone admires her. Or he runs so fast, no one can compete with him. Okay, and we are going to some more. So much, little plus uncountable noun. So many, few plus plural. So much is uncountable. Yeah, little is uncountable too. And here we're using uncountable noun. Many means many for countable, and few means but for countable nouns. Examples. There was so much smoke in the room that I couldn't breathe. There were so many people on the bus that I couldn't move. He has so few friends that he feels lonely at times. She earns so little money that she can't live on her salary very, very easily. And the last one, as a result, therefore, consequently, certain species of animals are being killed for their fur, and as a result, they are becoming extinct. Also, we can use, yeah, therefore, consequently, they are becoming extinct. Certain species of animals are being killed for their fur. As a result, therefore, consequently, they are becoming extinct. And see that in the first place, in the first sentence, we used comma and then added our result clause. And here we used comma or dot, sorry. So that was clause of result. So the clauses of result where we show the result, yeah, as we had here. Next one is clauses of reason. And we are going to start with examples as usual. The air is becoming polluted because of factories. The air is becoming polluted due to the fact that there are a lot of factories. So we can see the things we can introduce our clause with. Clauses of reason are used to express the reason for something. They are introduced with as, since, because, the reason for, the reason why, because of, due to, and etc. So, and as usual, examples. As since, she took a taxi home as it was late. Or since it was late, she took a taxi home. Or as it was late, she took a taxi home. And here we are showing the reason why she did it. Because I went to bed early because I was tired. Because I was tired, I went to bed early. Next one, the reason for plus noun or ing form, the reason why plus clause. The reason for her delay was the fact that she had missed the train. So we have for the reason for her delay was delay noun here. The fact that she had missed the train was the reason for her being delayed. Here we have an ing. The reason for her being delayed. And the last one with clause. The reason why she was delayed was the fact that she had missed the train. Again, we are showing the reason. Because of, due to plus noun, because of, due to, the fact that plus clause. They came home late because of the traffic. Yeah, just a noun, because of the traffic. They came home late due to the traffic. Again, due to and noun, why it happened. Next one, she was promoted because of the fact that she worked hard. So we have a clause here. She was promoted due to the fact that she works hard. Well, here it was works too. So again, here we are using clauses, yeah? Because of the fact that she works hard, due to the fact that she works hard. Okay. So it was very, very fast. I mean, clauses of reasoning. Like, why? That's why. This is the reason. Next one is clause of purpose. Okay, let's read an example. The example. They went to the beach to enjoy the sunset. They went to the beach so that they could enjoy the sunset. Clauses of purpose are used to express the purpose of an action. That is, they explain why someone does something. They are introduced with to, the most popular one, I'd say, in order to, so as to, so that, in order that, in case that, and etc. Okay, so let's look at the first one too. I'm going out to get some fresh air. In order to, so as to, formal. He went to Harvard in order to obtain a degree in economics. He went to Harvard so as to obtain a degree in economics. In negative sentences, we use in order not to. Yeah, in order not to, as in the infinitive, or so as not to. We never use not to alone. He took a taxi in order not to be late. He took a taxi so as not to be late. But he took a taxi not to be late. No, not like this. Yeah, in order not to, so as not to be late. Next ones. So that plus can, will, present or future reference. So that could, would, past reference. He works hard so that he can make a lot of money. She reserved a table so that she wouldn't have to wait in a queue. Very good example. I like it so much because here we can see an example of sequence of tense. She reserved a table, past simple, and wouldn't. It's not future, and we're using wouldn't so that she wouldn't have to wait in a queue. And yeah, it was long ago. Next one. We need to know that in order that has the same structure as so that. However, it's not used very often. It's formal. We will inform you of the final dates today in order that you can make travel arrangements. So it's not used very often because, yeah, as it sounds very formal. Okay. Next one. In case plus present tense, present or future reference. In case past tense, past reference. In case is never used with will or would. So we need to know it. We need to remember it. Next one. Yeah, example. Take a map in case you get lost. It's like in case you get lost, and you can say in case you would lost because you would get lost because it's not something that is planned. And like, yeah, take a map in case you will get lost. It doesn't work like this. She called her parents in case they were worried about her. So in case they were worried, but not future tense, not will, no would. Okay, so that was fast too, but okay, some more. For plus noun, where we want to express the purpose of an action. They went to an Indian restaurant for dinner. Like, why? For dinner. For plus ing form, when we want to express the purpose or function of something. We use an axe for chopping wood. Okay, yeah, like we use pens for writing. And clauses of purpose follow the rule of the sequence of tenses, like time clauses. Yeah, like they all do. And left some soup in the fridge so that Jim could eat it later. Left past simple so that Jim could eat it later. Past. And left some soup in the fridge so that Jim, yeah, we can't say can because left past and can present, no, they don't work together. We need to remember it. Okay, so next one, clauses of contrast. And I hope that it will be faster than I have thought. Anyways, our example. They enjoy working in the garden, although it is very hard work. or even though it's very hard work. So clauses of contrast are used to express a contrast, like the difference. They are introduced with but, although, even though, in spite of, despite, however, yet, while, whereas, nevertheless, etc. We are going to look at some examples as usual. Okay, but. She had a cold, but she went to work. The contrast. Although, even though plus clause. Even though is more emphatic than although. Though is usually used in everyday speech, and can also put. It can be also put at the end of the sentence. Yeah, examples. Although she had a cold, she went to work. Even though she had a cold, she went to work. Though she had a cold, she went to work. Like she's so devoted to her work, to her job. Next one. She went to work although she had a cold, or she went to work even though she had a cold. She had a cold. She went to work though. Yeah, and we can put though in the end of the sentence. At the end of the sentence, sorry. So she had a cold. She went to work though. Like anyways, she did it. She went to work. Next one. In spite of, despite of plus noun or ing form. In spite of the bad weather, they sat in the garden. Despite the bad weather, they sat in the garden. And yeah, despite isn't like, it's not used with of, and it's just used with the like noun. Despite the bad weather, in spite of. This is the main difference between them. In spite of is usually with of, despite without of. They sat in the garden in spite of the weather being bad, or they sat in the garden despite the weather being bad. Next one. In spite of, despite the fact that. So here we have like a noun, yeah? Despite the fact that plus clause, we need to add something. In spite of the weather was bad, they sat in the garden. Or we can say, despite the fact that the weather was bad, they sat in the garden. My gosh, it sounds like a tongue twister. Despite the fact that the weather was bad, they sat in the garden. It's a good tongue twister for practicing the. Okay, next one. However, nevertheless. A comma is always used after however and nevertheless. We need to keep that in mind. He was well qualified for the job. However, he didn't get it. Or nevertheless, he didn't get it. Next one is while, whereas. Your flat is big while mine is small. Your flat is big, whereas mine is small. And the last one is yet. It's formal, and yeah, it sounds like Tom ran well, yet he lost. And yeah, we can hear it in some like movies, or we can see it in the books. And yeah, it's more formal, but you can use it. It doesn't mean you can't use it in your speech. So also here we will talk a little bit about exclamations because yeah, we see some words we use in clauses. So the first one, exclamations are words or sentences used to express admiration, surprise, etc. To form exclamatory sentence, we can use what, an, how, such, so, or negative question. Let's look at examples. So here we see exclamatory sentences, and it means that we're like happy about something, like wow, yeah. So the first one, how plus adjective or adverb. How tall she is, how carefully he drives, and we are surprised, we're wondering. Next one, what, an adjective plus singular countable noun. And we have talked about it before, but anyways, what a pretty baby. What an amazing story. What an experience. So, what a pretty baby, because one baby. What an amazing story, one amazing story. What an experience. Experience. one experience. Next one. What plus adjective plus uncountable or plural noun? What colorful paintings, and we are not using anything because paintings, many ones. What horrible weather, again, we are not using a because we cannot put a before an uncountable noun. Next one. So plus adjective or adverb. She's so polite. He ran so fast. Okay, this is easy. Such a n plus adjective plus singular countable noun. We've talked about it. Yeah, this one. He is such a generous man. Like one generous man. He's such a generous man. Such plus adjective plus uncountable or plural noun. They are such polite children. We are not putting anything because children, many ones. He gave me such useful advice. Again, advice is uncountable. That's why we are not putting a or n before it. And yeah, like he gave me such useful advice. If you want to say that it is one, you can use a piece. So he gave me such a good piece of advice. A good piece of advice. Yeah, it'll be this one because it's singular countable. Next one, negative question. Isn't it great to be here? Isn't it cool that you're learning English? Isn't it great that you're practicing grammar? Isn't it awesome that you're doing so many things for English? Okay, so we are going to the next one, clauses of manner. It means like okay, we'll talk about it. Let's look at examples firstly. They look as if they are celebrating, or they look as though they are celebrating. I don't like her. She speaks to me as if she was the boss. Here, it shows the manner. So clauses of manner are introduced with as if, as though, and are used to express the way in which something is done, said, etc. We use as if, as though after verbs such as act, appear, be, behave, feel, look, seem, smell, sound, taste to say how somebody or something looks, behaves, etc. Examples. He sounds as if he's got a cold. Yeah, it's possible that he has a cold and he's like, hello, or I don't know. So like, but something unpleasant. Yeah, really unpleasant being like getting a cold. I mean, being ill. Or he sounds as though he's got a cold. Next example. She looks as if she is a model. So I guess she's tall, she's like very confident. Yeah. Okay. She looks as though she's a model. Yeah, it's possible that she's a model. Next one. We use as if, as though plus past tense when we are talking about an unreal present situation. Be careful with that. Unreal present situation. It is very similar to I wish and if only. He speaks about the royal family as if he was a good friend of theirs. So he's not a friend of the royal family. Or he speaks about the royal family as though he was a good friend of theirs. Next one. She behaves as if she were the boss. Were is more formal than was. Yeah. So like it's about now, but we're using past tense. Okay. Also, we can use like instead of as if, as though in spoken English, and actually, like many people use it. Many. It looks as if it's going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. So it's informal, and I guess you've heard it more often than as if or as though. So that's all for today. We talked about clauses. I really hope that this lesson is not hard for you. Actually, it's not because they are all easy. So time clauses, talking about the time, when, by the time, until, till, clauses of result. Yeah, we show the result. Like, so, this happened. Yeah. Next one. As a result, clauses of reason, we're showing the reason, like because, since. Clauses of purpose, we're showing the purpose. I went there to do something. Clauses of contrast, we are contrasting it, like however, nevertheless, or while, and the last one, clauses of manner. So I wish you good luck with the tasks, and you are doing great job. I believe in you. You don't have many lessons left, and well, like just let's enjoy our company. I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying your company. I hope you're enjoying my company too. So good luck with the tasks, and see you next lesson. Bye bye.